Good morning. Welcome to the November 15th meeting of the Falmouth Conservation Commission. This meeting is solely for the purpose of voting orders of conditions, as we are not meeting for the next 2 weeks. So let's get right to it. Again, the agenda is vote orders of conditions. First up, Cobalt Partners LLC, 23 Spencer Beard Road, Falmouth, Mass.
Okay, this is a raise and rebuild. It is going up on pilings.
Did we ever get any more information on those pilings? I know
Not that's come in yet. Not that's come in yet. So if you want more, if you want additional information for the record, we can request it in the order, but we haven't received any additional information yet on the pilings. And like I said, the only concern that the staff had was a dewatering issue, but both, I think, Jamie, you said that this type of technology isn't going to be that, it won't impact that much. I think you and Maury both said it's not going to be very
invasive.
Yes, thank you.
It doesn't, this is minimal disturbance.
Yes.
This is what they use for this is what the walkways at the river was. This is what they use to put things in wetlands.
Yeah, I think this is the type of technology that I think Doug Brown, the one that I think he's the one that built the walkway on the 300 committees
By Woodbriar.
wetland parcel by Woodbriar, and he used this type of technology. I was just concerned because of Matt's comment about groundwater being so close, and it is pretty low in there. So that's the only concern the staff has. But if people in the trades think that this is like not very invasive, I'm good with it. And we'll go down and watch them, just like we went down and looked at the Tides Motel yesterday. They're doing the well points for the dewatering, and that site's pretty tight and buttoned up. So
They have a dewatering plan on here though, don't they?
Yeah,
they just have the basin.
Yeah, so I mean,
so they're prepared
Yeah.
if there is a problem.
So do we want to have something in our order of conditions that says that we're going to be keeping an eye on that? Or is that sort of a moot
We can
point?
do like a pre-construction if it makes anyone feel better. I mean, I wouldn't mind it only because I want both myself and the staff to see this type of technology being used.
Just for
I will.
the camera.
Yeah, I mean, because
hurry up.
what do you call it? That, I mean, that site is already wet. So, I mean, the first time I went by, just because I knew it was there and I didn't have my plans with me, I stepped onto the property, and I mean, the ground was saturated completely at that point. And it wasn't.
Close the door and hurry up, please.
Probably high tide.
Don't put your pants on, just get out of there.
Maury?
Maury, you're not on mute.
thank you, Maury.
Thanks.
Appreciate that entertainment
morning,
for the
Maury.
morning.
But yeah, the ground was already sopped when I went there that one time. Of course, I didn't know at the
Just
time.
stay in the room for a minute, please.
But
Maury, put your thing on mute. Thank you.
Oh my. All right, so the pre-construction
I'll
meeting, Jen.
put a pre-construction meeting in, and then that way we'll
Yeah.
know exactly when they're going to be working, and then we can go down and take a look at it.
yeah, find the
Please.
building time and stuff like that.
That's
and-
all right. Everybody else can interrupt. That's okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Done.
Anything else?
Yeah, I have a comment. Courtney requested that the foundation plan be added to the record.
It's in there.
How can we add something into the record after it's been closed?
Do it sometimes.
No, not into the
Okay.
record, but into the file.
Oh, okay.
Not in
Yeah,
the record, but in the
Gotcha.
file.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Anything else? All right,
I'll make a motion to accept this, I mean, to issue an order of conditions as discussed.
Carlo
Gladfelter.
Hawk, second.
all right, we have a motion and a second to issue an order of conditions as discussed. If there's nothing further. All right, we're voting. Betsy,
Gladfelter, aye.
Matthews, aye. Kevin,
Kevin, you have to unmute.
O'Brien, I.
thank you. Maury,
Carlo Hawk's eye.
Melissa,
Right, guy.
Steve,
At night.
it is unanimous. We have issued an order of conditions. Next up, Eric Shumway, 182 Edgewater Drive East, East Falmouth, Mass. And Steve, you're not on this forum.
Oh, because Steve was late. That's right.
Melissa,
So didn't we talk about, or Maury requested that the limit of work be moved inside the larger trees? So that they won't be
Usually-
disturbed?
Usually we wait until Jen outlines what the issues are.
It's just the raise and rebuild. I'm getting there, sorry. But what, Melissa, what was your comment?
I think Maury had suggested that we move the LOW inside the larger oak trees. I think there's one on either end of property to protect them. No, I'm looking at the plan. It looked north-south, but I don't remember which way the arrow is pointing. I don't have it in front of me.
Maury, do you Maury, do you
Yes.
remember which tree?
Yep,
I mean,
there
I
was a
see them wrapping it around one oak, or are you talking about the 8-inch, and it's outside the 8-inch
The-
oak on that side? Oh, the
by the
12-inch oak.
There
On
was
the
one
north
by the
side.
driveway, a 12-inch, and one by the where, let me see what the arrows are. Yeah, they're the north and south on either
The
side.
18 and 12-inch oak, got it.
That was all I had.
Okay, and the only other thing was we're actually meeting with Mike tomorrow to discuss a planting plan for that bank, so that's already in motion. But we'll write something into the order that, that bank has to be
Mhm.
revegetated at staff's direction. Something like that.
Maury,
One other question, did the variances come in from the Board of Health? Remember,
Not that
we
I know,
asked-
of, but I'll write that in that we have
Yeah,
to
just
receive the variances. from the
because they
Board of
might
Health.
not, they don't usually give variances for increase in flow. So we'll see.
Okay,
And that's their problem, not ours.
I have a note about replacing a removed oak tree. I think it was previously removed.
yep.
And they are offering a D-night system, correct?
Correct. They're offering the D-night for the increase in flow.
So they could go backwards if they don't get that variance, right? Do a standard Title V.
Correct, but that's going to be up to the Board of Health.
Got it. Yep. Okay, anything else? All right, if we're good, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to issue an order of conditions as discussed. Gladfelter.
Carlo Hawk, second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to issue an order of conditions. If there's nothing else. All right, we're voting. Betsy,
Gladfelter, aye.
Matthews, aye. Kevin,
O'Brien, I.
Maury,
Carlo Hawk's eye.
Melissa.
Right, guy.
And again, Steve is not on this quorum. It is unanimous. We have issued an order of conditions. Next up, Ronald A. Pointer, trustee, Ronald A. Pointer Living Trust, 77 Sandpoint Shores Drive.
1 second,
Falmouth.
please.
Record. The quorum is everyone.
Oh, this is the little deck.
It is.
Yeah, this is the little deck, some little bit of planting, mitigation provided under that. And proposed deck, limit of work. And then the stairs. Yeah, there's deck and stairs.
Anybody have anything?
I'll make a motion to issue an order of conditions as discussed.
Carlo Hawk, second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to issue an order of conditions. If there's nothing else. All right, we're voting. Betsy,
Gladfelter, aye.
Matthews, aye. Kevin,
O'Brien, aye.
Maury,
Carlo Hawk's eye.
Melissa,
All right, Doug,
Steve.
No,
It is unanimous. We have issued an order of conditions. Next up, Brian Storms, 111 Little Neck Bars Road, Falmouth, Mass.
I have to recuse myself from this.
Yep. Other
Okay.
than one recusal, the quorum is all of us.
Okay, this is to put on a small addition, sunroom expansion in the front, porch expansion. This is in the DCPC. Unfortunately, they have to replace the plants that were previously required in an old order, plus an expanded planting plan. The staff would just recommend, as we said at the hearing, that at least the plantings from the prior order of conditions be installed prior to approval by the department, meaning the conservation department, of a building permit. And that's just our recommendation because they were removed without a permit.
They want to start that piece of it right away, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
So you're saying that tentatively. Would you like us to say it
I'm
convincingly?
making a
or-
recommendation to the board. The board can vote whatever way you want.
I suggest that you add that, and then if other people don't want it, they can argue not to have it.
That's the staff's strong recommendation.
Sounds like a good idea.
Second.
Melissa?
I'd like to add, I had a little discussion with somebody the other day about nitrogen loading in waterways, and this is a DCPC area. And when I was there, there was grand evidence of lots of fertilizer all over the yard. It was certainly within the 100-foot limit of fertilizing near a waterway, and I mean, they were all different colored pellets all over the lawn. Janet, yeah.
No, just Melissa, in your order of conditions, one of the standard orders, it specifically says that there is a prohibition against fertilizing within 100 feet of a wetland within the DCPC. So it may not have been, that specific language may not have been included in that last order of conditions issued for this property because it was a while ago, but it is now included in a standard condition. So it's in there.
Maybe
We'll
we
just
can-
have to keep an eye on it.
Maybe we can boldface it or something.
I'd be
that.
happy to.
To highlight it. And then that it was never really established what that irrigation hose was. I don't know if it was.
The dog hose, was it?
He said it was a water line.
What was that, Jamie?
They said it was a water line. It wasn't irrigation.
Didn't they say it was for a dog?
They said it was for a dog hose on the flagstone path because they would wash their dog there, but it was buried and it was just exposed, about 3 inches over a rock. I mean, it's sort of and it went over towards the new plantings that aren't part of the original order of conditions. I don't believe it's a water line. Like Betsy said, Tom said that it was for a dog hose or something like that.
We can
Really-
put no irrigation.
Yeah, just leave it that way. I mean,
Yeah. No irrigation.
Okay.
Yeah, they're allowed to temporarily, I mean, and so then my next question would be along the lines of all of these orders of conditions say that the plants have to be maintained for 3 years. And I'm wondering, do people sometimes sort of just interpret that as meaning, oh, after 3 years, I can pull out the plants and put in my own plants? People don't, because that seems like that's how these people interpreted it.
Melissa, there is and I'd be happy to send you this order when it's done, just so you have an idea of what they're like, what the standard conditions are, what the
That's- I'd
special
love to see.
conditions are.
Yeah.
At the end, we basically say, there's a special condition that these plants are to be maintained more or less in perpetuity, and that any alteration has to be approved by us. And then that condition is actually referenced and ongoing in the deed. And there's a special condition that says that whatever specific special conditions we want are referenced and incorporated and are ongoing with the deed. And that's actually written into the certificate of compliance when it's recorded. But I'd be happy to send this to you when it's done, just so you can see a complete package.
Yeah, I'd love to see the boilerplate.
Okay.
That would be lovely. Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
Okay, no more issues. And no more questions.
I have a note about the stockade fence. Is that being removed? No. Melissa?
If I recall correctly, I think it was that somebody commented that we can't believe we hadn't enforced such and such, and comment came up that it's all behind a stockade fence, so we don't walk onto property.
That
And
was me.
yeah, can't see through the fence. That's all.
Jen, you guys are okay with the mitigation plan?
I'm fine with it as submitted. I'm just gonna warn the board, my prior conversations with Dan Celine, I do expect this to be amended. The planting plan to come up with a different planting plan to be installed in the springtime. They just needed a planting plan to get their building permit. So I believe
it.
this is a placeholder planting plan.
Gotcha.
But
So are
like I
they gonna-
said, the ones that were required in the prior order of conditions do need to be installed prior to us signing off on a building permit.
so they're gonna put them in now and pull them out in the spring and put something else in?
I don't know. I don't, that's a preliminary conversation with Dan Celine. He wanted time to develop a planting plan. I told him that we couldn't do that because of that past settlement issue we had on Jetty Lane, where the board wanted to approve a grand planting plan after the fact. And we had to go into settlement talk. So I told him that I wasn't going to
That wasn't a
allow that
choice.
to happen.
Yeah,
Melissa?
Weren't we fast tracking this order of conditions because they wanted to get started with planting this week while the weather's still warm? And so that the plants would hold, and I mean, now they've missed that window. So do we,
We're going to
Well,
issue
they-
the order of conditions within 21 days of the close of the public hearing.
well, we closed it last week.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So I said that I would try to get it to them this week, and I will attempt to do that. I'm going into the office today and I'm in the field all day, so we'll see.
All right. Anything else?
I'll make a
All right.
motion to accept this. I mean, to issue an order of conditions as discussed,
try talk second.
as quickly as Jen can get it all together.
If I can button it up.
All right, we have a motion and a second to issue an order of conditions. If there anything else? All right, we're voting. Betsy,
Gladfelter, aye.
Matthews, aye. Kevin,
O'Brien, aye.
Melissa,
Try talk guy.
and Steve.
At night.
It is unanimous with this quorum. We have issued an order of conditions. 2 notes before we adjourn. There's no meeting for the next 2 weeks. Enjoy the time off and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, guys. I
Happy
gotta go. I have
Thanksgiving.
to run out to the
Everyone.
field.
Keep warm.
Bye.
Hi,
Bye.
Jen. Who wants to
All right.
make the big motion?
I make the
Hold
motion
on, hold on. Man. I think we need to have an election. I think we need about 4 more chair people. All right. So screwed up. We stopped early. We didn't adjourn. So the record has to show officially that we have reconvened for the purpose of adjourning. That's the way it is. So Melissa's not back, but that's okay. We have a quorum. So Maury,
Harlow Hawks, aye.
no.
Oh, I have to make a
No,
motion to adjourn. I make a
Yeah.
motion to adjourn Harlow Hawks.
Patton second.
O'Brien second.
All right.
Gladfelter, aye.
Matthews, aye.
O'Brien, aye.
Harlow Hawks, aye.
Patton, aye.
Steve?
Happy
good-
Thanksgiving again.
Happy
We
Thanksgiving
are
and have a good day, everybody.
officially adjourned.